Welcome back to Me.Meditation. I'm your visual aid, your guide, your mother meditating Melissa. And today we are going to do just a very quick reset. So a lot of times throughout the day, many of us have a less than ideal job situation or work situation, and it requires us throughout the day to check back in with ourselves very often. So regardless of what you're doing, if you're helping a lot of people, if you have patients, if you have clients, if you do a lot of phone calls, if you're around a lot of people or have to interact with a lot of people, you're doing a lot of different energy exchanging throughout the day, and sometimes certain people can get to us, or certain people can take too much energy, or things can happen throughout the day where we just need to recenter, and it can happen a few times. So I just want to give you a couple tools that you can use to recenter yourself when, let's say, some tension is happening, and because of it you're getting tension headaches, or someone is around you, a coworker that's bothering you, and you have to like breathe through it and get through it. So just taking a couple seconds to yourself, maybe going into the bathroom and recentering. So we're going to do that today, and then we'll end with a two-minute meditation in case you're on your lunch break at work and you have a little bit more time and you just want to really take some good long deep breaths after with me. So we'll do that as well. So first you're going to find your space that's just for you, whether that's again in the bathroom or in the corner or somewhere in the back room where you can just be alone for a couple minutes. And then once you get there, you're just going to have a nice seat wherever you can. And we're going to check in with ourselves with a couple body scan breaths. So what I mean by that is we're going to close our eyes. We're going to place our hands on our head. And we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're just going to slowly, as we release, gently let our hands just fall down our body and brush it out away from us. So a couple more. So inhale, hands on top of the head, release, and just scan your body, just release whatever is up there. Okay, a couple more. Inhale. Sure to get the back, the front, the sides of you. Inhale. And release. Do a couple wipes off of the hands, off of the sides. You have to be aggressive with it, from the heart, from the throat. Just brush it all away. And then we're going to come back to our seated position, and we're going to release the head. So we're going to get out of our head, release all the thoughts, all the chaos, everything that's just going on around us from our head, and really like get in there and release it. So we're going to do some pressure points, and we're going to start with our sides of our head. So if you know where your temples are on the sides, okay, we're going to just gently rub the side of our temples, and then we're going to gently, using our two fingers, just gently tap ever so slightly around those temples. Just slightly, little tiny taps. And we're continuing to breathe, getting deeper and deeper with each breath. We're going to release out the mouth as we breathe. And once you've tapped around your temples, we're going to move up to the top of our heads, right at the crown, and continue to use all of our fingers tapping into our brain on the top of our heads. Tap, 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 and move in slight circles. And you're gonna find a certain pressure point on the top of your head that feels really good, and you're just gonna stabilize and push down a little bit harder with that fingertip and breathe. We're going to move our hands down now to the tops of our ears. So you find the top of your ear and then just push on the side of your head right on the top of your ear and breathe. And we're gonna gently start to trickle down, slowly, consistently putting pressure all the way down our throats and out. So it's gonna look like this again. So at the top of the ears, go behind your ears. You can use 1 finger, 2 fingers. Put some pressure and glide it, follow your line of your ear all the way down to your throat, releasing all that lymphatic drainage. And then out. Couple more times. You can keep your eyes closed. You might want to do little circles just to massage it out on the way down too. Next, we're going to focus on our eyes. So I want you to place your fingers on your eyebrows and gently massage your brow bone just to see where that bone lies and how long it is. And then you're gonna find your eye socket that's underneath that bone, and it's at the top of your eyelid. So you're gonna rub the top of your eyelid right underneath that brow bone. And you're just gonna gently put some gentle pressure underneath that brow bone above your eye, and just take a deep breath. And a good placement for your thumbs while you're doing that is on the sides of your head. So it looks like that. Just take a couple deep breaths, ever so still with your fingers, pressing and putting a little bit of pressure on those points. One more. And then gently release that. And your head should feel like it's nice and floaty now. Like your eyelids are nice and heavy. And you should feel nice and relaxed. And if you don't, then continue to play with under the brow bone, maybe a different position, maybe closer to your nose bridge, maybe closer to the outer eyelids, but just play around with a different spot and try again until you get that release. You should feel it. So just take a couple more inhales. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale out. You should definitely feel the release of that tension there. Then you're just gonna do a couple minute breathing meditation to bring yourself back to peace and release all the chaos around you, all the work tasks or things you gotta do, all the phone calls, all the energy, and just come back to yourself. And hopefully you can get outside for a couple minutes during your lunch break, or just get a couple minutes outside if you work from home while you do this. And inhale. And slowly reopen your eyes. Come back to consciousness. Come back to your body, yourself. Hopefully you're able to release some of that stuff and you're more centered, peaceful, and can go back to the rest of your day in a clear headspace and with your power back. Thank you for joining me for this very short, brief recentering, and feel free to do this multiple times throughout the day whenever you need to release that tension. A lot of the times we do hold it in the back of our head and our eyes, and that's why we get that tension, or if we're staring at a screen for too long. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Until next time, namaste.